Navigating the teenage years, it can be one of the toughest times for any family, right? Communication starts to break down, trust begins to wear thin, and suddenly finding a way forward can feel, well, almost impossible. Today, we're going to explore a path that some families consider when the truth just feels completely out of reach. It's a question that, honestly, so many parents have to ask themselves. You want to believe them, you truly do, but something just feels off. Their stories might change, the explanations seem a bit flimsy, and that gut feeling, that nagging doubt, it just starts to grow, and it can create a real rift in the family. And this right here, this really nails the heart of the problem. It's not just about arguing. It's this heavy emotional weight that can just poison the entire feeling in your home, making everyone feel isolated, like they're walking on eggshells. That's a huge burden for everyone involved. So, when that trust starts to fade, it's usually because we're afraid of what we don't know. And that fear? It's often fueled by some very specific, really high-stakes questions that can keep a parent up all night. Questions that absolutely need honest answers to make sure your child is safe. First, there's that worry about hidden habits. You start wondering, are they experimenting with substances behind my back? Are they spending money on things I've forbidden, like vapes or something else? Or could it be a deeper issue, like a budding addiction to gambling or even gaming that they're trying to hide? And then you've got the whole social world, both online and off, which is like a modern minefield. Are they getting mixed up with the wrong crowd? Are the friends they're talking to online really who they claim to be? Or even scarier, have they been sucked into some kind of online group that promotes dangerous behavior? These are such critical questions in our digital world. And maybe the most urgent fears are about their own personal safety. Are they hiding something really important about their health? Are they doing risky things online, like sending explicit photos? Or, and this is the toughest one, could they be making dangerous plans that you have absolutely no idea about? So when every conversation just turns into a fight and you feel like you're going in circles, what's the next step? Well, this is where a more objective, a more scientific approach can really help bring some clarity, moving you past all the emotional debate to get to the actual facts. What we're talking about is a psychophysiological examination. You probably know it as a polygraph test. Now, this isn't magic, it's a method based in science. It works by measuring the body's involuntary reactions, things like heart rate, breathing, to see if a person's physical response actually matches up with what they're saying. So the big question is, how reliable is it? Well, when it's done professionally, proponents say the accuracy rate can be remarkably high. We're talking up to 98%. That tells you this isn't just a coin toss. It's a pretty precise tool that's designed to tell truth from deception with a whole lot of certainty. But of course, you don't get that kind of accuracy by accident. It all depends on certified experts who are highly trained to do these exams using professional, high-precision equipment. That focus on the process and the tech is absolutely key to making sure the chance of any error is as low as possible. But look, getting the facts, that's really just the beginning. The end goal isn't to win an argument. It's to use the truth as a launch pad for healing, for real communication, and for rebuilding the most important thing in a family, trust. So this process can really create a clear path forward. First, you get the objective facts. You take all the guesswork out of it. That clarity then creates a brand new foundation for an honest conversation. From there, you can make smart, informed decisions to help your child. And finally, you can start the real work of rebuilding that essential bond of trust. Okay, so naturally, the idea of a polygraph test for a teenager is going to bring up a lot of questions. It's a big deal. So let's just tackle some of the most common concerns that parents have about the whole thing. All right, first, and probably the most important question for any family is about privacy. What happens with all this information? Who actually gets to see the results? And the answer is simple. It is absolutely confidential. The results are given only to you, the client. Period. Everything is protected by a non-disclosure agreement which guarantees total privacy for your family. Next up is a big one for any parent, your child's well-being. Is the test itself scary or painful or harmful in any way? Not at all. The entire procedure is non-invasive. It just involves placing some soft sensors on the body to measure those physiological responses. It is completely painless and poses zero physical risk to the person taking the test. Okay, this is a huge one. You're probably thinking, my teenager is going to be a nervous wreck just walking in the door. Won't that make it look like they're lying? And that's a very common, very fair concern.
The answer is no, it doesn't. A trained certified expert knows that pretty much everyone is nervous during a test like this. Their skill, their whole job, is being able to tell the difference between the body's response to general anxiety and the very specific, very distinct reactions that are tied to deception.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? I think it boils down to this really simple but powerful idea. For trust to ever be rebuilt, it has to stand on a solid foundation. And that foundation, well, it can only be built with truth. The real question is, how do you find that truth when words alone just aren't enough anymore?